Hello, Augies Worldwide. I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. Today we are going to construct something, and I've got some special tools in here to help do that. What we are going to construct is the ARRL end-fed half-wave antenna for 10 through 40 meters. It's actually made by HF Kits, but they do everything in metric, so the league has issued their own instructions for how to do this. So what this consists of is a 49-to-1 Balun. Plug your coax into it, and then you've got 66 feet of wire. And that will make it operate on the harmonic bands for that. Now, so this time we're going to construct it. Next time we'll put it up. And then after that, there is somebody who has told me that you can extend it to 80 meters if you use a little high voltage capacitor. So I bought some high voltage capacitors. These are 3 kilovolt. I bought these in anticipation of doing that. By the way, this was $10 for the whole thing, so really cheap on eBay. Okay, so what this thing has you do first is drill some holes. And this is something that caught me a little bit off guard because I didn't have the right drill bits for it. But we have to drill a hole that's big enough to mount an SO239. And the way we're going to do that, first of all, we've got our SO239 right here, along with millions of little parts. I'll assemble those on the desk here after we drill. After we drill the part. Okay, so now I did not have this part. Now, this is an SO239 standard, and it's somewhat bigger than a half-inch hole. And my biggest drill bit up until I started construction of this was a half-inch drill. Let's take something bigger. So we're going to follow these instructions very closely. And what I have right here and here are a couple of drill bits. These are called step drills. So the more you press them down, the bigger the hole it makes. And we'll see what size hole we want here by going through the instructions. Okay, so let's find the instructions. Now, you can get the instructions on HF Kits, but the problem is it's all metric. So unless you have metric step sizes and so on. So prepare the enclosure. Drilling through an enclosure is easy. Baloney. Okay, measure and take your time, but the enclosure is not difficult to drill. How many times have I heard that? The standard drill and drill bits will work. No, they won't, because they won't make the big enough hole. What we need is a 5/8 inch hole for the coaxial connector that will attach to the enclosure. This is a large hole. True. And it's easiest to create with a step drill bit. Well, I didn't have any step drill bits, so I bought one, and I can't tell on that one. This is readable. We're looking for 5/8. The number 4 drill size is 5/8. Okay? So that would be the number 4. I think that's this one. See, they give you this. This is so typical of manufacturers today. 2-piece. Okay? Cobalt step drill bits. A number 5 and a number 4. Okay, which one's the number 5 and which one's the number 4? Well, let's see, the number 4. Oh, they both go to 5/8. So the number 4 goes all the way up to 1 3/8. Number 5 goes to 1 3/8, and number 4 goes to 7/8. So we're going to use this smaller one. It's a shame that we had to do a little detective work to get there. Scissors out, yes. Now, I got these, I think, at Harbor Freight, that great place where you can get about anything. And these are packaged. I tell you, the biggest strongman and the biggest circus could not get this open by himself. So we're going to use maybe we're not. I don't know how you get the drill out of this thing. Okay, so that was absolutely whacked out. We got this thing out after 10 minutes of Harbor Freight's packaging. The two of us with scissors, a knife, to get this stupid thing open. We finally got it open. This is a step drill. What the step drill does right here is it'll drill different size holes. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put this here. Okay, so marker, and it wants us to put this, let's see, it's this way. Okay. They could have given us a template. That would have been really nice. But what we want is a 1/2 inch. So there's 1/2 inch there and 1/2 inch there. And we'll just come along here. And we want it somewhere in the center. This is 3 and let's see, it's not 4 inches, it's okay, so we're just going to put a mark here. So they say to put it up a bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to loosen this drill press deck, and we're going to come down here. Okay, and we're going to put the bit in here. Okay, and we need the drill bit tightener. I don't think I put that in my pocket. Here it is right here. Okay, we're going to tighten this. Okay, we're going to tighten this in here. Okay, and this is the wrong, that's the wrong one. Here it is. It's right on the side. Okay. Sits on the side. Now, okay, we're going to put this in this holder vise. We're going to clamp down sort of tight, not too tight, because it is, after all, plastic, and we're dealing with steel. It claims that's where it's going to put that hole. Okay. And we're going to drill down through there. Whoops. Each time we go through this, it makes it a step larger. Okay? Is that large enough for this? No, nowhere near. Okay. It's getting real close, though. I think another step. It just needs to cut a little shoulder off of there. Okay, we got that shoulder off. That's close enough for government work. Right there, okay. Now, we can take this weird bit out, having done its work. It took less time to drill the hole than it did to get this drill out of the package. Well, now I've got one. Yeah, okay. Now, let's see, we need to put this thing in here. Or maybe it'd be easier to put it in this way. And we need to drill the holes to mount that. And we're just going to leave this in place and drill those holes right through these holes. And so we're going to go here to the instructions, and we're going to drill the 4 fastening holes using a 9/64 inch bit. I just happen to have some here. 9/64. It's 9/64. This is a 9/64. I've only got one of them. This repeats some bit sizes. Careful, you cut yourself. Okay. I can never remember which way this goes. I took shop in high school. Not that it did me much good. Every young man had to take shop, and every young woman had to take homemaking. Tells you the tenor of the times. Now, I don't think that drill bit will go down there. That's too big to go through that hole. So let's find out if that really is a 9/16. Let's go look under the microscope. Okay, this is 5/32. This is too big. Okay, so let's go find, that's 9/64 right there. Okay, well, let's try that one. Now, this is going to be fun. I'm going to bring the table up a little bit. Okay, come in like this. And we're going to pick a hole right here. And now see, that thing is held in place by the fact that it's in the center hole. So, we'll come up here a little bit, turn on the drill bit, hold it, note that oh, come on. I think what we want to do is put the screw through there. One screw. That's actually the box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are these it? Where are the instructions? Okay, these holes show a little longer. And they've got a screw, a lock nut, and a cam. Now these look longer. 1, 2, this is, I think, number 4 hardware. Okay, let's put this. Is this going to go on the inside or the outside? It doesn't. It goes on the outside. Okay, so we're going to put one of these. Oh, and I need a nut. So we'll just do that. We'll put these down here because we'll assemble this thing. Now let's drill another hole. Okay, and another one of these. Whoops. So much for that. Got those holes drilled. Now, I'm not going to put this in until later because we've got to put a little ways away from it. Drill a 13/64 inch hole for the counterpoise connection, and it's going to go somewhere there. Let's see. Next to where the coax connector will be installed, drill an 11/64 inch hole for the counterpoise connection. And it really tells you where to put it, right? Just next to. Okay, it has it. And we want a 13/64 inch hole for the counterpoise connector. 13/64. This is not good for drills, but you want to get it out. Sometimes that's what you need to do. Now let's look at the bottom of this. 13/64. Wonderful. Now, according to this, we're going to poke ahead. See, the box is this way, so this is going to go over here. So we're going to pick a spot that's kind of on that. I'm going to have to lower the table a bit. This is why real machinists have great big muscles. I'm just going to put it over like there. Okay. Now what do we do? Okay, this is taken care of, and we can take this thing out from here. Now, this is also the bottom. God, am I lousy at construction. I would never make my living doing anything with my hands because I'm just terrible. Okay, now, the opposite side of the enclosure, mark and drill the holes for the antenna connection. Mark and drill. Now, that was 13/64 we just used, right? Yeah, yes. So we can leave it in there. All right, and it goes and then mark and drill the holes for the antenna connection. Picture, it's off center. When we put this thing in, we'll put these holes down. Okay, and we're going to just draw a line, so at least these will be on. And then there's a 2-inch mark. About there. Okay, so we're going to draw this. I am so bad with using my hands for anything. And that's not anywhere near the center of the thing. So, this first one is going to be the antenna connection, which goes here in the 13/64. Okay, and we want it about there. Okay, now we're going to change to 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch. There should be several 1/4 inchers in here. This thing just fits in here. This thing is serious drill vise. It's actually, see where the holes are here? You can put screws and great big bolts or wing nuts on here to actually attach this to the deck. If you're a dedicated driller. Well, I think that got a little warm. I actually smelled that one. And I think that is all the holes we need to do. So let's put in all the hardware, and then we'll do a separate video on the winding of the toroid and installation in there, because you've got enough, even with zipping through it wildly, to do. And this is 1/4 inch, we know. We're going to have to look up these others. You know, sometimes things take a little longer than we want them to take, and we have to go into areas that we're not very good at, and that's what we did in this video. I actually procured what they call a step drill, which you saw in the video, that was used to drill out the hole for the SO239 connector. And we made it, we did it, and I would not have been able to do it without my assistant. He's young and got a good back, so he's the one who carried the drill press up to the workbench. And he's smiling now, but he was not when he was carrying the drill press. It's heavy. So we got it done. We're ready to proceed. We'll be going on our way in the next video, getting this thing up. So until we next meet, 73.